What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show. We discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. Uh, yeah, we could be doing this for a while here. Take a look. We may not know who controls the US Senate until December. We may know who controls the House of Representatives sooner, but we still have multiple different races and states that are in the balance, as it just seems like it takes some of these states forever to count nowadays. For example, here, Arizona election officials to count votes until early next week. Early next week. Maricopa County, the most populous county in the state, is set to announce another batch of votes and will continue counting votes on Friday. However, Bill Gates, a top Maricopa County election official, announced on Thursday that officials have not started counting the roughly 290,000 ballots that were dropped off on election day. He said that the process is expected to begin Friday. I don't know if that's the actual Bill Gates, the billionaire, or not. I'm not sure. I think that might be a common name here. Quote, if you drop off I don't think it is, to be honest. If you drop off an early ballot, it means it has to come in on Wednesday and start the process of being signature verified. We have experts here who go through, compare the signatures on the outside of the ballot envelope with the signature that we have in our voter registration file. So that takes a while because we gotta get that right. That sounds like an absolute nightmare to do that for every single vote. Wow. The delay has Republicans fed up and upset at the constant calls by former President Donald Trump and his supporters to not trust the mail in ballot systems, a move that has delayed determining final results by days. Quote, it's all just a misnomer. I 100% blame Donald Trump for these F ups, said one Arizona based Republican operative. If you send them in ahead of time, they have time to process them. But if you drop them off on the day of, what the F do you expect? Okay, so the way it looks to me here, you can let me know your thoughts here. We'll start with the House of Representatives is 211 to 198. So, this may get updated and depending on the news source or place you look at, it might be slightly different. Um, but you need 218 seats for majority. So the Republicans are only 7 seats away, where the Democrats are 13 seats behind just to catch up to the Republicans. So it looks like the Republicans are probably going to win the House. Not for sure, but probably based on the way things are going here. Okay. The Senate is very close. Here's the way the Senate is looking here. It's currently 48 to 48, but we can dig a little bit deeper here. Okay. And the reason for this is when we go down to the maps here and we look, the states that are currently still being counted and are, quote, undecided here are Nevada, Alaska, Arizona, and Georgia. Okay, so if we look at Alaska, Alaska is going to be a Republican win. There's 2 Republicans and a Democrat that only has 9%. The 2 Republicans are 44% and 42%. So it's almost surely going to be a Republican win there. So that is going to bring the Senate to 49%. Or I'm sorry, 49 seats. It's 49 seats, okay? Next up, we'll go to Nevada. or Nevada, however you want to say it. Okay. This is a closer one here. I'm going to zoom this in here a little bit so you can see the votes here. Okay. Um, Nevada is a very close race here. 450,000 votes for the Republican Adam Laxalt to the Democrats, 441,000 who the incumbent Catherine Cortez Masto. So a difference of 9,000 votes, but there's still like 12% of the votes left to be counted, which is like somewhere around 50,000 votes left to be counted. If the results stay the way they are, then it will go to the Republican. Okay. Remember that he's ahead by about 9,000 votes. Okay. Um, so that would be another Republican seat. So that would take us to 50 Republicans in the Senate. Now, when we go to the next state of Arizona here, Arizona is currently being led by a Democrat, Mark Kelly, with 80%, maybe a little bit more at the time here of votes being counted. So with that, that's over 100,000 votes of lead there by Mark Kelly, the incumbent Democrat. So assuming that he will win, that would give 49 seats to the Democrats and 50 seats to the Republicans if the Republicans hold on to that other seat there in Nevada, which is the close one. So that would be 50 for the Republicans and 49 for the Democrats, which would bring the tiebreaker all the way down to Georgia, which is very similar to what we had 2 years ago. And this shows you how close everything is here in our country, at least with the Senate. And this is going to go to a runoff race here. I think it's in December. And you can see here right now that Democrat incumbent Raphael Warnock is winning over Republican Herschel Walker in Georgia for the last Senate seat. He's winning by about 35,000 votes, but Georgia has a law that if the winner doesn't reach 50%, then let's see if I can zoom this in here. Then they go to a runoff race, which is another vote. Okay. So then there will be another vote, and the third party there, Chase Oliver, will not be on the card. So he got 2% of the votes, 81,000 votes. That was enough to make it so that there was not a candidate with over 50% of the votes. So that vote could literally decide the fate of the Senate. And if Raphael Warnock wins again and gets 50.1% of the vote, then we will have a 50-50 Senate. And in the case of a 50-50 Senate, yet again, the Democrats will have control of the Senate. Because in a 50-50 Senate, there's a tie. And in the case of a tie, the tiebreaker goes to the president of the Senate, who is the vice president of the United States. Whoever the vice president of the United States is presides over the Senate. So if you ever see the vice president of the United States sitting at the head of the Senate, in this case right now, it's Vice President Kamala Harris. So if you ever see her sitting at the head of the Senate and you see them say, "Hey, Madam President," and you see them call her president, that's because she's the president of the Senate. Yeah, so if you ever see that when she's in the Senate, people say, "Why are they calling her president?" It's because she's the president of the Senate. Yeah. So Democrats only need 50 votes to win the Senate. Republicans need 51 to win the Senate. Now, if Herschel Walker can win that runoff race, or if Republicans can pull off one other seat somewhere there along the lines, they would control the Senate. So this is how close things are. How close things are. Yeah, that's not a head scratcher. You could literally as close as it gets. Oh, look, I have a little visitor.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Yes.
What are you up to?
Sneaking on you?
Sneaking in on me?
Yeah.
Why are you so sneaky?
I don't know.
You do look like a sneaky little guy. Are you excited for Thanksgiving?
Yes.
What are you going to do for Thanksgiving?
Uh,
Are you going to eat turkey?
Turkey cake.
Turkey cake?
Yeah.
What about pumpkin pie?
Yeah, pumpkin pie turkey cake.
That does sound like fun. All right, why don't you say bye-bye to everybody?
Goodbye. Have Thanksgiving. Poopy pumpkin day. Happy poopy pumpkin day.
Ah, kids. You never know what's going to come out of their mouth. But yeah, you can see here we got several different seats in the House like this. Two House seats in Oregon still unresolved in tight races, and could be days while they figure this stuff out here. You can also see here what would a Republican Congress look like? A lot of investigations and maybe impeachment. When Democrats took control of the House in 2019, remember that Republicans controlled the House, the Senate, and the presidency in 2017 and 2018, just like the Democrats. When Democrats took control of the House in 2019, they started a flurry of investigation into President Donald Trump's administration. Republicans could do the same as Biden. And honestly, they're already talking about some of this stuff, impeachment and investigations. So don't be surprised if that happens. Again, whether you're on Republican or Democrats, just this stuff is probably going to happen. And remember that Senator Joe Manchin and a lot of people in Congress talking about Social Security reform and how to get that done. A lot of people want to raise benefits by $2,400. Some other people saying raise the eligibility age to age 70 for Social Security and Medicare. So I'll keep you up to date here on all of this stuff here as going forward. Senator Joe Manchin said this should be one of the first things we do is figure out a compromise or deal or something on these. Could be one of the first things they do. So let me know your thoughts here on this, and I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis. Don't forget that I'm giving away money here every day with a new trivia question here on a daily basis. New trivia question. If you can answer it, I'll keep you up to date here on that. So probably in the next video. Yeah, so make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel down below. Click the bell icon so you don't miss out on new videos. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click this video here to watch my newest video next, and you can click this video here to see new stimulus checks that could be coming out here to millions of Americans. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.